Hey, this is Leon Poe, man. You listening to Causeway Street Podcast.
What's up, y'all? This is Kenny Anderson. Y'all listen to the Causeway Street Podcast.
For all you new listeners out there, I'm your host, Causeway Pavone. I'm joined as usual by my two co-hosts.
I'm Sean Dutra. What's up? So
yeah,
like
talk
long
about
walks
yourself.
on the bee.
There you go. Joel Pavone. What up?
I'm a Pisces. The most romantic.
It leads off with that.
The most romantic sign in all the zodiac.
Oh,
If you couldn't tell by my voice already.
oh,
Sexy.
But I'm the producer of this ensemble that we call Causeway Street. In case you missed it.
Hey, Bill Walton here, Celtics 1986. You're listening to the Causeway Street Podcast. Yeah, come here for nothing but the truth. This is where dreams come true. Thank you, Boston, for my life.
where are we going?
You guys are such homers.
It's your boy Terry Rozier. You're listening to the Causeway Street Podcast. Now listen to my boys Joe, Sway, Joel, and Sean.
If somebody says Kevin Durant's better than LeBron James, I'm not going to call him crazy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, here we go, fellas. Top 10 NBA players. Let the debate continue. Part 2 of our top 25 NBA players right here on Causeway Street Podcast. All three of us.
Oh, what's up?
Josue Pavone on the mic. Sean Dutra over there. What's up, Sean?
I'm feeling good about my top 10 this year, man.
Joel Pavone. I'm sure he's got some wild cards in there. Some
What up?
curveballs he's going to throw for that top 10. Sean's so excited. He's dropping things over here. We also got, in case you missed it, since it's been a week, and of course, there's always updates with in case you missed it. So we'll get into that at the end of the show. But let's get right into our list. Top 10
Dead or alive?
out of the 25. Top 10 best NBA players. Who wants to start first?
Go ahead, Shawnee.
All right. So what do I do? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to read?
I want you to go from 10 to 1.
10 to
1. I believe that's the order we're doing.
Oh, wait.
Oh, you want to do that 5 thing again?
Oh, we can do that.
5?
We can do that. Yeah. Do you want you to go to
10 to 5. All right. Go
10 to 6 or 10 to 5?
10 to 6, and then we'll
10 through 6. Okay.
unveil our 10 to 6.
All right. Well, I'm glad we talked about this pre-show. Here we go.
That show prep, man. When you weren't paying attention.
I never paid
Yeah,
attention.
we wrote the shit on the whiteboard for you. Come on, man. Pay attention.
You weren't here.
Whiteboard. So I will say this. Okay. My list had to be adjusted because I did leave Kawhi Leonard in my top 10 as number 10
You said this already. We agreed.
before we
Yeah.
had to take him out. But he was number 10. Okay, so this is a perfect memorandum for Kawhi Leonard, who I just found out from Popovich probably isn't going to come back this year.
Oh, he called
Sad.
you up?
Told you personally, huh?
Sad. So who
Ooh,
slots
where's he gonna
into
go?
who slots into number 10? That would be one Paul George. I still think Paul George is a top 10 player in the NBA.
You got Paul George on your list?
Yep. Top 10 player in the NBA. I don't care.
So much for Sway thinking that we all had the same names, just
I don't-
different spaces.
I don't care.
places.
I don't care who you want to debate with. I think Paul George is still a top 10 player in the NBA. I think he is doing his best KG impression right now.
I'm
taking-
talking about Lala or
Taking a little bit. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think he's top 15, but okay.
No,
I'm with you.
he's
He was
top
top
10.
10 last year, in my opinion. I think I had him
No,
at like
he's still
7, actually.
he still sleeps into it just because in my opinion, obviously DeMarcus Cousins and Kawhi Leonard are out of the top 10 for me. So this is you're gonna have people bump up. DeMarcus Cousins and Kawhi Leonard are both top 10 players for me, so I had to put somebody else in. Number 9 on my list is not also a top 10 player in the NBA. If you talk about Cousins and just gave it away.
Yeah. Cousins and Butler.
Cousins and Kawhi Leonard being on the list, but Jimmy Butler, number 9 on my list.
Okay.
Interesting season for him in Minnesota, back with Tibbs. I love Jimmy Butler. I think the 9 through 15 is where he's gonna peak out. I think this is about the best you're gonna get out of Jimmy Butler, right?
Agreed.
So
Top 10 guy, though. I agree with that.
number 8, I have the future Celtic Anthony Davis. Number 8
This is getting interesting.
on the list.
All right.
Number 7, I have Kyrie Irving.
Over Anthony Davis.
Over Anthony Davis, yeah, any day of the week. I'm sorry. What? You guys
What
are.
are you apologizing for? No, it's just.
You guys is.
Why did
you head out right every time?
Why did you say like
I
that?
know.
I'm sorry.
But no.
No, it's been like that the last few weeks. Every time you make a point, and we just go, You're like, well, I'm sorry. Like we're saying like,
you know what?
what's wrong with you?
Why don't you
we're just reacting to your list. That's all.
You know what? Maybe I don't need more in my life. You know, sometimes like, hey, you know what?
You're the king of
You know what?
on this list.
I'm gonna get Wendy's for lunch. And somebody just goes, that's fucking it. That's
So then you turn around and say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I want
a
some
fucking
sea-
baconator, right?
I want some sea salt on my fries."
All right,
You
so
never know.
You call him the future Celtic. So if he were to join the Celtics, he would be the second best player on the team. Is that what
Yes.
you're telling me?
Yeah,
All right.
I think so. I think Kyrie's very underrated, like across the league. Like the way he's just been able to come to the Celtics this year,
I
really
should have gone first. Anyways.
really take two young guys as number 2 and number 3 scoring options. I love Al, but he's number 4, right? And make him the number 1 team in the league. Like you can't say enough about that. So yes, I have Kyrie Irving over Anthony Davis. I do.
Okay.
And I'm not even gonna be mad about it. Number 6. This hurt me because I really wanted to put Giannis Antetokounmpo at number 5, but then I would have somebody in the outside of the top 5 that shouldn't have been.
Well, you should have been your 5B. That's all.
5B, whatever. So Giannis Antetokounmpo is 5B then, fine.
Okay.
But I still think you guys owe me an apology from last year. Because last year I had him in my top. I had him as number 10, and you guys shat all over me.
No, you didn't have him at number 10. I wish I had my list in front of me.
I got it right
in front of
here.
me. Yeah, you had him at like fucking 5 or 6, something like that.
Did I have him at 6?
I think you had him,
you had him at 8.
Yeah, you had him at 8.
8,
Yeah.
and you guys shit all over me.
Well, this is a list that has Harden and Curry at 5A and 5B. So
Yeah, so
I guess that makes him 9.
technically, yeah, he's like 9th.
9th,
Let's
10th.
see. I had him at 14.
Yeah, I think I had him around there too, like 14.
He was
12.
12. Okay, yeah. So
But
no,
I mean-
that was Zach. Sorry.
But I
Zach had him
mean,
at 12.
for me last year he cracked into the top 10. I mean,
You had him at 14 too, yeah.
yeah, I think
I think this year he does.
well,
but-
this year he does, but last year I thought he did too, just because pure talent. That's just a pure talent. Like there's not many times that you just see a guy, especially nowadays in the NBA, do something that you've never seen before on the court.
okay.
He's the only guy, I think, in the NBA, outside of like the top 3 best players, top 4 best players, maybe top 5 best players in the NBA, that you say he literally does something that I've never seen before. And he does it more than most players on the list that are above him on this list. I love the Greek Freak.
Okay.
All right, duly noted. Joel?
Well, I had the Greek Freak at number 10. Actually, he cracked my top 10 this year.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, what? He's a few off from you? It's still a top 10.
I mean, it's 5 players off.
well, I mean,
I don't know, man. Everybody stepped his game up this year.
I mean, Kawhi Leonard didn't really affect my top 10 as much as he affected your top 10.
Let's hear number 9 then.
All right. So, I mean, I want to explain why he cracks the top 10.
Okay.
I
Obviously, he cracks
mean,
the top 10.
He's having a career year, obviously.
Borderline MVP.
All right. Yeah, you can throw him in the conversation.
He's top 5 MVP candidate.
Mm.
He's a top 5 MVP candidate this year.
All right.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Don't think about it. See what you just
Well,
did?
I'm sorry.
See what you just did?
I'm sorry, but
Jeez.
I don't need no. Well, don't say that type of thing. No, I don't need that. I don't need that in my life.
I don't know, man. 28 and 10? I don't know.
If I want a fish fillet from Wendy's, I don't need that in my life. Okay, from you. Okay, it's Lent season. Okay, it's Lent season. All right.
Where you going for lunch again?
What you order? Fish fillet.
No. How old is that?
Old enough. Why is that always your line?
Because that was when people were born in 88.
Oh, okay.
And there was a question about them being old enough
I got you.
to sleep with.
Yeah.
Now they're all turning 30.
I'm turning 30 this year.
I'm still on
and
that.
I was born in 88.
I'm still in another conversation we had prior to recording. Never mind.
Don't
Let's
get
carry on. Let's carry on.
Don't go there.
No. I digress, as you did last episode. Number 10, I got DeMarcus Cousins. Despite
see, this is what I'm fucking saying.
despite
number 9,
his injury, number 9.
This
My
is what
fault.
I'm
Did I say
fucking
number 10?
saying.
My
Yeah.
fault.
This is what I'm
Greek Freak
fucking
number 10. DeMarcus Cousins number 9.
That's a joke.
I had him at number 10 last year. Why is that a joke? Kawhi's out.
We
so people
take
get picked in.
Kawhi off the damn list.
DeMarcus Cousins played 40-something games this year. He's only been out for 2 weeks. 3 weeks
I don't like
tops.
playing by your rules, man.
Kawhi only played 9 games, man.
Wait, so you should leave Cousin out? Is that why you're upset?
No, I had to
No,
put
he had-
Cousins outside of my top 10 because he
You
was
didn't have
injured.
to. You didn't have to.
Because of
I did
because
have
he's
to
injured.
make it
have
a
to.
legitimate list.
You didn't have to. DeMarcus Cousins is still a top 10 player. He's
DeMarcus
only been out.
Cousins is my favorite player of all time, and I
Okay.
had to put him outside of my top 10 just because I thought it would be
He's
ridiculous.
reached that level now?
I thought it would be ridiculous to put him in my top 10.
Top 10 of all I mean, your favorite player of all time. Wow.
He's not my favorite player of all time.
He's up there, I guess.
It changes every episode for him.
I mean, he's in the conversation.
He's no Dennis Johnson.
He was having a career year.
I know he was.
Okay, all right. So I
Don't try
I
to
think he's
chime
still
in
top
on
10.
how great he was this year.
Okay, well, I'm just saying. I think he's top 10.
All right.
All right. So that's number 9. So number 8. Number 8, I have James Harden.
Whoa.
What the hell is wrong with you?
When you
Yeah,
listen,
you
when
should've gone
hear-
first.
Listen, when you
This
hear
year,
the rest,
Klay Thompson
listen,
picked this
listen,
year.
listen.
Always
When you
number
hear,
eight's trouble.
Talk
when you
about
hear-
MVP candidates.
Hold on. Yeah, MVP candidate, definitely. Man, he's probably going to win it. But when you hear the rest of the rest of my list, hold on. When you hear the rest of my list, I'll explain why James Harden is where he is. Okay, is that fair enough?
I mean, I go ahead, try.
All right. Okay. At number 7, I have Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
It's fine. You can laugh all you want.
Is that because... Wait.
He does this every year.
Klay Thompson.
Wait, did
to
you say
me-
Steph already?
No, I'm at number 7.
He just did it again. He did it again.
I'm at number 7. Klay Thompson to me.
Clay's a better defender.
He is. He's
Oh
a better.
my
He's
God.
Klay
Oh my
Thompson
God.
to me, in my opinion,
Okay.
is the best shooting guard in the league.
Can you
And
do-
James Harden is not a shooting guard anymore. He's a point guard.
Do
First
me one thing.
of all,
Can you cut and splice the Steph Curry, Klay Thompson rant right here? Put it in.
What,
Place
from
it
last season?
from last year. Right here. Bling.
why would I do that?
Just because
You've been bringing it up you brought it up the whole
I
last
just want to
episode.
hear the same reaction because dude, seriously, I just figured Klay Thompson didn't make your top 25 this year. I just figured that happened because you didn't say him. He's ahead of James Harden this year. That is
I think he's a better overall player. Wait till I finish the rest of my list and I'll explain.
Who
I'll
else you
explain,
have?
and you'll see what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
see, I thought you were reacting that way because he must have said Steph already because he had him over Steph last
No,
season.
now he's got
Oh,
him
gotcha.
over. Now we go.
He's got him over
Harden this
James
year.
Harden, yeah.
You have
James
Dana
Harden.
Barrows, number 5.
That's messed up. I gotta throw Dana in there.
Number 6, I have Steph Curry at number 6. He's
I think it's because he made a big deal about him last year.
No, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
No. He made a big deal about it, but
No,
if
no.
he did it, maybe he would have had those.
He's
flip-flops.
looking
No,
for
it
credit.
wasn't. No,
He's
no,
looking
no,
for credit
no,
here.
look.
He's like, at least I had Klay over
Steph this
Steph
year.
this year.
Steph this year, his shooting percentage is down, and 3-point shooting is way down. But he's taking it to the home more. He's exerting himself on the offensive end outside of 3-point shooting more than he has in the last 3-4 years.
I agree. Steph's having a good year.
So I think he's number 6.
You know who else having a great year? James Harden.
Yeah.
Probably a better year than Steph.
All right. Listen to my reasoning. I listened to your bullshit reasons last year, and every time I brought it up, you didn't want to hear it. No, guys, I didn't take the list seriously. You can't bring it up. You know,
That's what I was saying about Chris Paul.
I hate,
slip up last
I hate Al
episode.
Horford, but I'm so glad the Celtics signed him. Oh,
You love Klay Thompson.
I just what is wrong with me?
No, let's get into this.
Let's
get into this. You love Klay Thompson.
I think,
and you love DeMarcus Cousins.
I do,
and you
and-
love Marcus Smart.
Fair.
And you love Jimmy Butler. Apparently,
I didn't put either way.
you put him out. You didn't put him in your top 10 for dumb reasons.
I had DeMarcus Cousins at 6 last year, but like, you want the Celtics to go out and get Klay Thompson
Look,
when that rumor was happening.
Klay Thompson,
Chugs Coors Lights.
he does.
I'm with you on that.
Other than that, Klay Thompson is overall good on defense, good on offense. It doesn't nothing falls off for him. And even with Kevin Durant on the team, his numbers haven't fallen off. Steph's has, but his hasn't.
I think the biggest test will be when he eventually leaves that team. I mean, let's face it.
He's
He's not going to retire a Warrior.
No.
And when he does leave, that's when we'll see if he's going to be Klay Thompson, a guy who emerges as according to Joel, a top 7 player,
a number 1,
or a number. Well, he'll definitely be a number 1 if he when I should say not even if when he leaves, he's going to be a number 1. If not, he'll be a 1B or 1A.
Klay Thompson's not a number 1 in the NBA.
He's going to have to be because
he's a number 2.
He's a better.
He has numbers for it though.
No, but he's a better. 2.
He's a better player than what you give him credit for because you have Draymond Green over him, and Draymond Green is a product of their system. Klay Thompson is not. Klay Thompson could still put up the same amount of numbers. On another team.
I'm with Joel,
whether he's number 1 or not.
I'm with Joel in the space that he could be number 1. He could be number 1.
For the record,
he's not Harrison Barnes. Okay, he's not Harrison Barnes.
Draymond Green and Klay Thompson on my list were literally toss-ups this year because they just.
Oh, but that's okay. But when I have Stephen thing as a toss up, pretty much what it was last season, it's a big deal that you keep bringing it up every episode.
All right, fine. I can whatever.
We'll find out within the next 2 years.
And you'll even agree with me that Steph hasn't had good finals.
Plays on his own
every time he's been there.
But still,
and he had a great finals last season.
There's a difference between.
But listen though, he had a great finals last year, so that's why he's gone up. That's why he's gone up to me from 9 last year to 6, which I think is a big jump.
But hold on. There's a big difference between saying the 3rd and 4th option on the Warriors are a toss-up between the number 1 before Durant. Well, Durant's first season there, you had the former MVP being a toss-up with the 3rd option. But
how long ago was he an MVP though?
1 year when you did that. Not even a year.
Yeah, it was half a year.
Okay,
half a year.
So in your eyes,
yeah, unanimous coming off in your
eyes,
vote.
okay, but in your eyes, just because someone wins the MVP or is an MVP candidate,
unanimous.
They have to, regardless, they have to be. That's not a they have to be a number 1 thing. Because you said Russell Westbrook was your number 1 last year, and he's not the best player in the league. You keep saying Kawhi Leonard is. So what's your argument there?
Kawhi Leonard's top 5.
But
in my opinion,
you believe he's the best player in the league, though.
Last year,
you've said it multiple times, and yet he didn't make your top. He wasn't your number 1 player on your list last year. Russell Westbrook was.
Right.
Okay. So your reason behind it is because he was the MVP.
So Klay was the MVP last year.
No, but all I'm saying is your reasoning because someone needs to be rated at a certain place is because they were the MVP. They're in the MVP conversation. But I'm looking at that overall player. So let me finish.
You got it. Hey, we're
right,
off track.
Finish.
What's that? That's 6,
no, that's number 6 though. But I'm saying when I get to the rest of my list.
Who was number 6? Who was number 6?
Klay.
No, Steph.
I mean Steph. Yeah.
Steph number 6.
Let me finish my list and I'll go back to why James Harden to me.
I thought we stopped at 6.
Yeah, we stopped at 6, but what I'm saying when we finish all the way down our list, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
I know you want to agree with me, but I'm going to make my point.
By the way, Kyrie's the top 5 player in Joel's list. Just saying.
I noticed that.
So go ahead.
We'll see though. I want to see how he breaks it down. All right, here we go. So number 10, this guy is solid, always top 10 in my opinion, or at least for the last 2-3 years. Jimmy Butler, like Jimmy Butler, number 10.
He maxes out there though, right?
He maxes out there. I don't know. Maybe he gets up to number 9, but that's about it.
9 through 15.
Yeah.
Would you have him?
I'm at number 11.
But heck, he's a two-way player. He's going to give you.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Butler's a good player. Good player.
Plenty on both ends of the floor. What do you say? Top 3 best two-way player. Obviously, after your boy Kawhi.
It's tough. It's tough because I think everyone before him, minus like 1 or 2 players, Steph, Harden. Everyone else is pretty.
Let me ask you this though:
a two-way player.
Did you expect, or ask both of you guys, did you expect him to sort of step his game up when he went to Minnesota?
No, I did. I expected a little bit of a knockoff.
I expected some drop off, but I don't know. Maybe because of the slow start. Whatever. It's a good spot for him. He's number 10. All right.
Number 10. I think fair. Done.
Number 9. I got Kyrie Irving at number 9. All right.
Woo,
don't kill me, guys. Don't kill me, Celtics fans. Don't kill me, Sean Joel.
I'm cool with it.
Top 10 player.
He was my number.
Listen,
though when the Celtics traded for him, we all was like, he's arguably a top 5 player. But
no, I think we said arguably top 10.
Yeah, that's true. Arguably, and that's where he stands, number 9. Okay?
Arguably
he's
top 10.
spreading his wings. A fantastic leader for this team.
I think anybody in this top 10, it's like, I think that's a great place for anybody to be. So I don't know.
Yeah, and of course, it's always up for debate. That's why we
Klay Thompson has no room in this top 10. But go ahead.
You had him at what, 13? So it's only like a 3 off.
I agree with that. I wouldn't put Klay in here. But okay, I got Kyrie Irving at number 9. Number 8, I got DeMarcus Cousins. Put him at number 8.
Damn it! What the? How is he the lowest on my list?
Sean, he had a heck of a year.
I know he did.
So I
So
don't know
that's
why
on you for not putting him in your top 10.
I don't know why you gave him the shaft. I don't know why you did that.
He's only been out for like 2 weeks. It's not like he missed half the season. He's
I want
only
to
missed
fix
like
my.
5 games.
I want to fix
This
my
man
list. then.
didn't drop the ball alongside Anthony Davis. The two made it work, man. It
Kept
was
his
an
technicals
old,
down.
It was like an old school / modern day version of two big men.
Did you hear what
eat boards and eat up points?
Did you hear what Anthony Davis just said? He said we'd be a finals team if DeMarcus Cousins was healthy.
Who said that?
Anthony Davis.
Oh, he needs to stop smoking weed.
Well, hey, you think about it. The additions they made.
Off of what basis are you making that?
Who's the guy? Mirotic?
You make it sound like they were like
Mirotic,
a top team before he went down.
Cousins, Davis, Rondo, Holiday.
Yeah, but
that's not a bad start.
They weren't even in the conversation.
That's not a
They
bad
weren't even in
starting
the top
lineup.
5.
That's not a bad starting
They weren't
lineup.
even a top 5. So Meritage makes them what, a top 5 Western Conference team, a championship contender all of a sudden?
You had a wing like that? I mean, you're in the
wherever-
top 5.
I mean,
Nah, man, it's too. It's just too much competition in the West. They're not there with Houston. They're not there with Golden State.
For the same reason that OKC, no matter where they're seated, they're still gonna give any team, especially in the first round, a tough matchup.
Oh yeah, if you put Mirotic,
I'm not saying they're a finals contender, but all I'm saying is it's not going to be a cakewalk.
Against whoever.
Yeah, but look at the rest of
Against
the squad,
Portland,
man.
against OKC, against.
That would be a good series, OKC.
I mean, they're
Yo,
no.
Etuan Moore was a starting point guard for quite a while.
Right,
But he's still
he's
averaging like
not
17
anymore.
points. Yeah, but I mean, their
Etuan's
bench is
averaging
awful.
17 points?
Yeah, he is.
Yo,
Their bench is awful, obviously. But how deep you go into your bench in
Rondo,
playoffs?
Holiday, Mirotic, Davis, Cousins. That's not bad. That's not bad, Sway.
Against who? We're talking about Houston, Golden State.
Anybody but
I take Oklahoma.
I would take them over the
I'd
Spurs
take
right
Oklahoma
now.
over
I'd
them.
take them over the Spurs right now.
I don't even sure if I would be able to do that.
A 2-6 matchup, a 3-6 matchup. Spurs Pelicans. If Cousins, my boy Cousins was healthy.
I mean, if they were able to squeeze into the
I'd take the
5th
Pelicans any
seed,
day.
maybe. But if you get caught underneath the 5th seed, you're facing a top 3 team in the West. I'm taking that team over there. I'm taking Golden State.
You're taking the Spurs over the Pelicans with DeMarcus Cousins.
Um,
You're not. Patty Mills.
I think I would.
You're an idiot.
I would.
Without Kawhi, that team is nothing.
So all of a sudden, because he's out, I mean, what did they prove when he was healthy? They didn't prove much. They weren't even in the conversation when we're talking about top Western Conference teams.
All right, let's move on.
All right, number 7. Got Steph Curry at number 7.
Oh, and you're giving me shit for having Steph at number 6?
Curry at number 7.
And I'm getting shit for having Steph at 6?
He's having a renaissance season.
I know. It was tough.
How was it tough? You left him in your top 5
because of an MVP candidate in Giannis Antetokounmpo. And don't get it twisted. The top 5 to me, minus one guy, they're all MVP candidates in my opinion.
How do you have a guy ahead of the Greek Freak and Steph Curry who's not an MVP candidate?
I mean, listen, what Giannis is able to do for this team, I mean, this team wouldn't be anywhere without him. And at the same time, what he's able to do on both ends of the floor.
You're an idiot.
You're a big Giannis guy. How
Yeah,
are you
exactly.
How are you against this right now?
He's not a good shooter still, but he relies more on his athleticism than anything else.
I just want to know who the guy in the top 5 is.
You could probably swap these guys, but either way, I got him outside the top 5. I do.
I mean, I wanted him in the top 5, but I literally couldn't do it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm in the same position.
Because I'm
Okay,
not
you can swap them then. Either way,
No,
it's a coin flip between
but
Giannis and Steph Curry.
The whole
right
reason why Steph Giannis is not in my top 5 because Steph's in my top 5. I think Steph is obviously a top 5 player in the NBA.
Oh, I thought you said him before top 5.
No.
Oh, sure.
No, so there it is. I just think the Greek Freak he's breaking in that top 5 though, right?
No, not yet. Not until you get the
No,
balance of
but
jumper.
he's on the verge.
Yeah,
though, right?
he's knocking on that door.
Yeah, he's knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Just like he was knocking on the door last year in the top 10.
I don't know, man. So many good
Now
players.
he's in the top 10.
All these players, man. The cream of the crop.
All right, I'm gonna go down my list, and I'm just gonna say it.
I'm having second thoughts.
I'm gonna go 5.
Either way, I don't have
Don't
a top
let this
5.
dude fucking
No, I don't have.
influence your shit.
No, I'm saying you could swap them. You can maybe swap them, but either way, he's not top 5 right now. Steph's not top 5. There it is.
Steph is top 5.
You can make an argument, but not on my list.
All right, number 5 on my list.
You just said it.
Ooh,
Steph.
no,
Oh. All right.
LeBron.
You're crazy.
Number 5.
Come on now. Get out
So
of
the
there.
same thing can be said
LeBron
about you
James
about like
is number 5.
disliking a player.
No, I had LeBron
Talk
James
about
as number
Renaissance
2 last
seasons.
year.
Seriously. Jeez, this is the definition of
Nope. I don't think that if you can't take a roster with experienced NBA vets and you make Isaiah Thomas look like shit, you make Kevin Love look like shit, you make Jay Crowder look like shit, you make fucking Dwayne Wade look like shit. I'm sorry.
No, Dwayne Wade didn't look like shit because
he wanted to bounce.
yeah, he wanted to leave.
You make Kyle Korver
He's
look
like,
like
I'm not
shit.
sharing minutes
You make
with Ronnie Hood and George
you
Hill.
make literally every.
Well, they told him that he wasn't have any minutes. He's like, well, then get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is, a majority of the season, if you want to give me the DeMarcus Cousins is still a top 10 player, a majority of the season, LeBron James struggled with being a leader. He struggled with leading that team to any type of victory, and he looked for any scapegoat. Just because literally right now, we're looking at when LeBron got just forced everyone out of town and got all these young guys he can manipulate, fine. But at the end of the day, he wanted Kevin Love on this team. He asked for Dwayne Wade to be on the team. He was probably psyched when he got Isaiah Thomas on the team. Psyched when Jay Crowder came on the team, and he couldn't do shit with it. So you know what? LeBron James, you're number 5. You're number 5 this year. That's it.
All right. I mean, he's the sole reason why they're even in the conversation for being the best team in the East. But
fair, but he also
I guess.
if he wants to be the GM, the coach, and decide that everything that happens in Cleveland, guess what? You also have to be the number 1 reason for that team to be the number 3 seed in the East going into the All-Star break.
yeah, it's also the reason Tristan Thompson has a job right now.
Right.
In
Tristan
Cleveland.
Thompson. And
they can't trade him because of that contract.
The only reason why they didn't ditch Tristan Thompson is because they couldn't trade him because LeBron fucking signed him.
All right. Who else you got?
LeBron James, number 5. Number 4, I got Steph. Steph's having a renaissance here, in my opinion. Even though the All-Star game, we look like shit. Steph's coming for your throat this year, I think, in the playoffs. Like, I think it's going to be one of those, like, 2015 Steph years where he's just like, I can't miss. Like, I just got that feeling, you know what I mean? So, Steph's number 4. Now, my top 3 is hard for me to do this year. I got Russell Westbrook, number 3. Number 3, I still think that Russell Westbrook could easily be and was easily the best player in the NBA, but I got him at number 3 this year, just because I think they built that team wrong, man. I think they built that team wrong. You got a top 10 player in Paul George. That's all you needed. You didn't need Carmelo. Carmelo's fucking that team up. So I got Russ at 3. I got James Harden at number 2, and I have Kevin Durant at number 1.
Harden, huh?
Yes, Harden.
Over Westbrook.
He's balling the F out. He's got the best. Who's got the best record in the NBA right now? That'll be the Houston Rockets.
All right.
I just think I'm still now. This is not playoff top 25 because that would be a totally different list.
But we're talking about overall player, though.
Overall player, I know.
Yeah.
I think Harden. This is the year that Harden will break out of that.
So we're rating players on what we think is going to happen.
No. Harden has shown this year that he's had a better year. This is the best year Harden's ever had.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Is that safe to say?
I don't know. It might be neck and neck with
until
last year.
Until he runs
I'm with
into
you.
like
Neck and neck with last year, fine.
until he runs into like Ginobili again in the playoffs.
Put it
Then
this
he's gonna
way.
go
Put it
party,
this way.
he's
If
gonna go
Westbrook
party.
doesn't average a triple-double last season,
Harden's
he would have
MVP.
been the MVP.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Harden's has
it's impressive he's been able to duplicate what he did last year.
and he hasn't lost a step.
Okay.
So I got to put him
Even
in.
with Chris Paul.
But I got to put Durant at number 1. And even though he went to the Warriors, and even though he just decided, like, I'm just going to go with the best team in the NBA, like, you know what? Now we're a year and a half removed. You have to put some sort of stock into the fact that Durant's probably the best player in the NBA right now. I don't think he has much more I don't think he has a long run at it, but I think he's the best player in the NBA right now. And that's my list, folks. LeBron James can suck it. Also,
He barely cracked the top 5.
my problem with LeBron James is moving way past basketball now.
You didn't say anything basketball related except for him not being a good leader.
Not a good leader.
Okay, so that's it. Nothing else. What else?
If he can't lead a basketball team, why is he trying to be the voice of like this super important movement?
Because they keep asking him the question.
I know, man. I'm nervous about it. I'm nervous about it though.
Yeah,
I'm nervous about it though. Like, you know what?
You
though?
agreed when he called the president a bum, right?
I know, and I agree with him when he came after that woman that said "shut up and dribble." Right? I agree.
No one knows her name. I love it.
Yeah.
No,
everyone knows her name. They just don't want to give her.
Yeah, I agree with it, but like my fear.
Marv Albert said her name. I think I'm wrong on purpose.
My big fear is at the end of the day, still LeBron James, and I'm nervous that there's gonna be one day where he says something that doesn't make one fucking ounce of sense. Because guess what? He just finished reading the motherfucking Hunger Games books. He's probably hasn't finished the Goblet of Fire yet. He's still catching up. You know what I mean? He loves The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. He's been reading that shit every finals, every game.
No, I don't know what you mean because I haven't read those books, and I don't think Sway has either. I'm going on a limb. I don't think Sway has either.
I just want to hear Joel's top 5. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Is that it? I don't know. I'm not sure what the Hunger Games shit is.
That's The Walking Dead.
Oh, is it? My bad.
He was shooting the Negan thing.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay.
I thought you watched The Walking Dead. You don't know Negan?
I'm on like season 3, bro.
Oh, jeez.
They're in the prison.
They're in the prison?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. The Asian dude dies. All right, Joel, go ahead.
The Asian dude dies, bro? Are you kidding me?
And
Glenn?
Not for a while, but yeah, Glenn.
And that's it for the Causeway Street Podcast. Yo, thanks, guys, for listening. And Sean is devastated.
Glenn gets fucked up.
Devastated. Even worse than last year when he found out DeMarcus Cousins was not coming to the Celtics.
And guess who does it? Negan. You'll find out.
Who the fuck is Negan?
Not even there.
I actually stopped watching, but I know that much because when that happened,
He's just making that up. Just keep watching.
I lost interest.
You know what though? I have watched multiple
Glenn?
episodes.
He just pauses. Fuck is Negan?
I have watched multiple episodes and I'm like, why are they still trying to, make this a thing?
It's too much, man. I just feel like they need to wrap it up soon, but everyone's into it. So it's like when the rage are through the roof, they're not gonna stop. So.
But then they almost had a cure.
What I want to know is how the heck do they still have food? How is there still food when society ended like over a decade ago? And these fuckers are eating.
Answer.
Like,
no, the zombies don't eat food. So think about all the food on the earth right now that is canned and ready to go.
They're not traveling much.
This is happening right now.
They're not.
No.
They're not.
It's doable. It's doable. You ration it.
It's not doable.
Yes, it is.
There's
yes,
like
it is.
17 of them. How is everyone eating every day?
1,000%.
And then they don't even have a farm. All right, go ahead, Joe. If they had a farm, that'd make a lot more sense.
Canned foods like last forever, bro.
So they just happen to
Spam. A lot of spam, right?
happen to run into canned foods all the time.
No, yeah. You go to a grocery store of canned food would probably the next time you go down the aisle, see how many cans are in that aisle.
Yeah, but if something like that were to happen to society, that stuff would be gone so quickly because there's just too many people grabbing stuff.
But then they're gone, and then they don't eat it because they turn into zombies because they can't live.
Jeez. All right, Joel.
Top
5.
Riveting tense.
All right, back to NBA talk.
R.I.P. Glenn.
Damn it, Glenn dies.
Number 5, I have... Jesus. All right, number 5.
We got number 5, Joel.
Number 5, I have Kyrie Irving.
Top 5, huh?
Yeah.
Top 5.
Yeah.
Shit, I mean, he's obviously an MVP
Over James
candidate.
Harden.
Yeah, he is an MVP candidate. Let me finish my list, and then I'll get back to James Harden. I'll get back to good old James. James Edward Harden.
He's got somebody random
I'll get
on
back.
his list, man.
All right, yeah, he's an MVP candidate. He's been dominating this season, showing that, yes, he could lead a team, hopefully, far into the playoffs. But we'll see. All right, number 4, I have Anthony Davis. I had him there last year. Stays the same, even though he's putting up career numbers.
It's a ridiculous statement.
He is.
What's wrong with Anthony Davis?
What's wrong with that?
Number 4 in the NBA.
He was 4 last year.
Sure.
And this year he's even having a better season, but his team is still, it's still in the playoff picture, but not.
You know what?
What?
I can't believe you don't think if he were to come on the Celtics that he wouldn't be the best player on the team. That's what I can't get.
Seriously, yeah.
No, Kyrie be a better player then. It's Kyrie's team.
He's the
right
best
now.
big man in the league. Who's better than Anthony Davis?
Seriously, man. He is a complete big man.
Modern day KG. I've said it before. Go ahead, Joe.
Sure. He's
And even more so because
no.
at his age, he's already shooting threes,
No,
which KG didn't
I
do
put
until later.
Kyrie.
He's
I put-
20
no.
damn 4.
See, I put Kyrie over. I put Kyrie over
Okay.
Anthony Davis.
And that's okay. I accept that.
But I'm just saying, like Anthony Davis
I accept that.
over James Harden, though. I just don't.
All right, well, let me finish, and then you'll.
Where was the
explain.
Greek freak? Where was the Greek freak?
Greek was number 10.
Oh yeah, you're an idiot.
Let him finish.
Go ahead.
All right, number 3, I have Russell Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, I have Kevin Durant. And number 1, I have LeBron.
Come on.
My
If you
fourth,
ask-
my 4 through 1
If you,
is
ask
the same.
most, if you ask most people, I think number 1 would be they would share the same number 1 person.
Like you know,
Fair.
you mentioned Steph having a renaissance year, LeBron James having a renaissance year. Leadership aside, even though
Leadership
he
aside.
is still the face of the league, though. Whether people want to
Fair.
like it or not,
he's the face of the league.
face of the league.
What you mean, you people?
Well, I mean,
He's a top
I didn't say
5
you
player
people,
in
I'm
the
just saying
league.
people,
He's a
like,
top
there's
5
people-
player in the league.
but he's still the best player in the league, though.
It's not though.
He is though. He is though.
I
I,
mean-
know you don't like him,
I just feel
I know
like
you don't like
I
him.
just feel like
and I know you want. I know you want the next chapter to happen, but the man has gone to 7 NBA finals straight.
if he makes it 8, I'll give it to him.
Okay,
If he makes it 8,
all right, he'll appreciate that.
if he makes
he'll
it 8
appreciate
this
that.
year,
Okay,
because I mean, I don't know, like that the moves that they made
Mhm.
are not going to make them a better playoff team. They have no playoff
regardless though, he's
performers.
still gonna put up. He's still gonna put up the numbers. And if the Celtics make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and the Cavaliers, so if they face off in the Eastern Conference Finals, who do you think is gonna be the best player in that series?
LeBron,
Okay, so
but I think
isn't he still the favorite to come out the East?
but I think if you legitimately
I'm not saying the Celtics don't have a chance.
listen, you know what? I'm
not saying that at all.
I'm going to say something that I'm not going to hit on LeBron. I think LeBron's great. I do. But I think
mean, my man over here, he says he's the top 5 player of all time. Last episode or 2 episodes
well,
ago.
that's fucking ridiculous.
So that's not a far-fetched statement from a lot of people.
Top 5.
Top 10.
Top 10. Come on, Sean.
I mean,
Come on, buddy.
I'm not in there yet,
No. I really feel like.
but
the
he is
fact-
in the conversation for overall. So I mean, for like all time,
How many
didn't pass
finals
Mike
did,
yet?
How many finals
Or-
did Kobe make?
he made 6.
6.
How many finals did he
No,
win?
no, 7. Sorry, because he won 5 and lost 2.
Oh yeah, Detroit and Boston.
Yep. So well, I'm sorry. What was your last
5
question?
and 2 in the finals.
5 and 2 in the finals.
What's LeBron?
He's 3 and 8. No, 3 and 7.
That's awful, bro. That's fucking awful.
I'm not saying it's not
And-
awful.
and
That's
you
why
know
he's
what?
not. That's why he's not in my top 5 of all time. I didn't make the statement.
But
I'm
hear me out.
I'm just saying.
Hear
But
me
he's
out.
still the best player in the league right now.
Sure. People can like look at the stats, look at LeBron.
But like, hold on. But real quick, you have KD as your number 1, right? And what was your reasoning? Well, not your reasoning, but what is the one thing you said about him? It sucks that he had to go to a team that really didn't need him, but they couldn't beat LeBron the year that they won 73 games. So KD had to join up with 3 All-Stars to beat LeBron James.
He's no.
I know, but I know what Sean's gonna say.
I think-
or I'll say it for him.
What, the Kyrie Irving shot?
No, LeBron did
okay.
the same going to Miami.
Yeah. And also
Maybe not just as bad, but
But he lost.
those 2 titles don't happen if he doesn't make that move with 2 guys who were established at the time.
No, I got you.
Dwayne
But
Wade.
the fact is-
but they didn't win in year 1. They lost to the Dallas Mavericks.
The fact is, though,
and he averaged 17 points in that series.
The
So
re-
there's negativity. Obviously, there's negative stuff with
Right.
LeBron. I'm not saying
the
it's all
fact
good.
is that Durant went to a team that won 73 games.
And not only did he do that, he took over as their best player. He's their best player.
That's why he's number 1 on my list.
Well, he's still number 2 on my list.
No, that's why he's number 1 on my list, because I think if you look at leadership, like somebody that's going to come in there and say, "This is how we're doing things." I don't care. You could win 1,000,000 games. I don't care.
No, I
I'm coming
get you.
in and I'm taking over. Like I just feel like the number 1 most overlooked thing about LeBron James is the fact that why everyone knows he's the best physical specimen, the best player in the NBA, right? He's the best. If you want to just take talent and you put it in a nutshell, and you just say talent in the NBA,
not only that, though, but
LeBron's always going to come out on top.
He's injury free for 15 fucking years.
And how the
not even Michael Jordan did that?
How the fuck does he have 3 titles? That's it. Like all I'm saying is that
I get it though. But I mean, and
Durant's got how many? Durant's how many?
2 finals appearances, and so he's won one, lost one.
He's 50-50, right?
Yeah, he's 50-50. But he shit the bed against LeBron in 2012. But I mean, I don't want to get into
against LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris
let me
Bosh,
ask this then.
But still, though,
let me throw this out there though. There's a really good chance that he'll tie LeBron, right? Can we say that?
What do you mean, like in championships or like overall going to the final? In
championship.
championships, yeah, it's a good chance.
So at the end of the day, that's what stands, right?
I don't think LeBron's ever going to win another championship.
Okay. So what if Kevin Durant doesn't win a championship this year, though?
He might win one more.
Hypothetically, what if Kevin Durant doesn't win a championship this year?
He'll be back.
I think,
and LeBron does.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying. I said hypothetically.
You know what? Also was hypothetical. Barack Obama coming for his third.
No, but you still didn't answer my question.
If
LeBron
term.
If LeBron wins
would have been a much better joke if I knew term.
If LeBron wins this year, and Kevin Durant doesn't even make it there, just for the sake of argument,
that's ridiculous.
All right, so then if they both make it, and
all right, this has been going on.
You know what I'm saying? And LeBron wins, then he's 2-1 against Kevin Durant.
The episode's way.
You know what I mean?
All I know is that LeBron should have won way more championships than he has.
Okay,
if you're the best player in the NBA, I don't care.
That's fine.
You can keep making excuses for him.
It's not excuse.
I don't care anymore.
Present day.
I don't care
LeBron
anymore.
is still the number 1 player in the league.
I don't care.
And it's not like, people like it or not.
I'm not saying he's the most talented.
He's the only player I think.
LeBron's the most talented player in the NBA.
Okay, I know, I got you, but I think he's the only player in NBA history that he's at the top of the mountain, but people are like, nah, they'll make excuses for why he shouldn't be there.
He's a Jay-Z.
They never did that to Kobe. They never did. That's good. I like that analogy. They never did that to Kobe.
DMX was
there. They never did that to MJ. They never did that to Magic. They never even did that to Larry.
Jay-Z drops best.
When they were at the top of the mountain, they were like, yeah, that's what there should be. But with LeBron,
DMX was there. Ja Rule was there.
You know what I mean? And I have my qualms with him.
Nelly was there.
But let me go back to the James Edward Harden reason why I have him at number 7.
Okay.
Those next 6 players that I mentioned after him, they're all clutch players. James is not.
You're saying James isn't clutch, huh?
He's not. He's not. He lacks that gene.
I think so. I think you're probably right, but I mean,
he lacks that gene. Even Anthony Davis, and we saw it against the Celtics.
I feel bad.
He murdered the Celtics in crunch time.
I feel bad putting Harden over Russ. I do, but I just did.
You know what I mean? Like he folds, and we've seen it time and time again with James Harden. That's why I have him there. I know he'll probably win the MVP, and kudos to him if he does. But I think those 6 players that I mentioned, especially Steph, Kyrie, even Clay. Clay scored 60 points in 24 minutes. No one else has ever done that, and even James Harden. And I get he's the only 60-point scorer with the triple double, but
did you just
he takes way too many shots.
Joel just giving like the best Clay game of all time and just putting that on his top. Clay scored 60 points in 24 minutes. But, I know it's impressive, but one time.
But I mean, but no,
right,
no,
so
no, it's not a one-time thing. It's not a one-time thing. No. He's done it multiple times, and Steph has not even done that.
I know.
So, all right. I got shit to back it up, but you don't want to hear it. So I'm just saying, James, he doesn't have the clutch gene. He doesn't have it.
Clay more clutch than Steph.
Clay's more clutch than Steph. Am I wrong on that?
I just think it's funny that you mentioned the Clay thing, but Steph has done damn near the same thing.
Okay,
so many times.
No. He's done it. 3-point wise, but he's never scored the amount of like. Yeah, but I have him over Clay, so I don't know what the fuck is the argument, guys.
Last year.
Wow. I'm just saying you didn't bring it up. I just think it's funny that that stood out to you. But
when you went outside to go take a piss, hold on. We went to go outside to take a piss. I just told
28-point quarters before.
Okay, so I told so that's being clutch. I told Sean these fucking 7 guys, including Steph, are more clutch than fucking even Anthony Davis, more clutch than James Harden.
I don't know about that. But hey, you know what? Props to your list, man. You did a good list. That's a Joel list if I've ever seen one.
All right, top five. Here we go. Anthony Davis, number 5. And I was torn about
You're
putting
an
him
idiot.
there.
Just leave him go. Let's go.
Yo, why do you hate Anthony Davis so much?
I just don't think he's a
the
top 5
best-
player.
He's the best big man in the NBA.
But it doesn't mean he has to
Does
be
that
top
not stand
5.
for something?
No.
The
Guards
modern day
dominate the
Garnett.
NBA.
The modern day Garnett. What do you mean ball dominant?
No. Guards dominate the NBA.
Guards dominate the okay.
So you can put Steph over Davis. You can put him over. You can put Steph over Davis.
No.
You
He's
can
a
even
more
put.
complete player. He's a more complete player.
If you had to argue with me that I would trade
Who's
you,
the best defending big man?
I would trade the Celtics Klay Thompson or Anthony Davis. I would listen to each side of the story.
Sean, let me break it down like this. Who's the best defending big man in the NBA?
He plays in New Orleans and he's not injured right now.
Fair.
That's the answer.
Fine.
Who's the best scoring big man in the NBA?
Also plays in New Orleans and is not injured right now.
Like,
Yeah,
come on,
DeMarcus
man.
Cousins.
No, he's not. He has DeMarcus Cousins as a teammate, and he still put up 28 points this year. He's a beast. Number 4. I got your boy
Marcus Smart.
No,
Oh.
DeMarcus.
no. You guys ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
A little wild card here. Chris Paul. No, I'm just kidding. All right, no. Number 4. I got James Harden. James Harden, number 4.
I feel like you probably ranked James Harden the best out of all of us. I ranked him number 2. Joel ranked him number 8. You had him number 4. I think that's
Number 4.
I think that's fair. James Harden is one of those tough players to rank. I will say, because he sucks in the playoffs, dude. He sucks in the playoffs.
Well, we'll see if that changes this year. But
Hopefully-
in the meantime, that's where he's at. He's at number 4. All right, number 3. This one was tough because I think Russell Westbrook is just one of my favorite players to watch. Just an elite talent, but I got him at number 3. I couldn't
number
put him over Durant. Westbrook.
Yeah, LeBron is number 1, dude.
I do.
The fuck?
I do. And Westbrook was number 1 on my list last season. But this year, man, listen, he's put this entire team on his back. And for someone who's been doing it for this long and is the sole reason why this team is still in the conversation to come out of the East, you got to give it to him. Listen, Kevin Love helped him out.
LeBron has lulled you guys into a sleep.
Kevin Love has helped
I
him
have seen
out.
the biggest Celtics fan.
But he's
just
the
be
best
like,
player in the NBA. Come on, man. He's the best player in the NBA.
Most talented player in the NBA, yes. Best player in the NBA, no.
I don't know. He does it all, man.
No, I'm sorry if I give the best player in the NBA everything it's wanted, everything he's wanted for 2 years, you give him everything he's wanted, and he can't win an NBA championship, and then he decides he has to blow the whole thing up.
No, but you're confusing with the fact that they traded for these players and all he wanted with them was to re-sign them. He didn't say, go get me J.R. Smith. He didn't say, go get me Iman Shumpert.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
At that trade deadline, he said,
J.R. Smith? Seriously.
At that trade deadline, he said, I need scoring. That trade deadline?
It wasn't that trade deadline. It was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
it was right at the trade
with the Knicks,
deadline
when they
2
traded
years
with the
ago.
Knicks. No, I think the re-signing had everything to do with it because he was
Timothy
so
Mozgov. He
hyped.
wanted Mozgov.
Listen, he was so hyped about the championship that he was like, no, we need this exact same group. We're going to duplicate it. This is the formula to beat the Golden
Which
State
is
Warriors.
stupid.
That's what blew up in
That's
front
what
of
it
his
was.
face. It blew up
That's
in front
what
of his face.
happened.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
stupid. I agree with that, but that's on the organization.
Exactly.
You have to create that separation. And we've had that before. We've had this conversation before about the culture in Cleveland when the whole Kyrie Irving deal went down and how, they had a lot.
I'll digress.
That had a lot to
I'll
do with
digress.
Kyrie.
I
However,
disagree
don't
with
get me
a lot
wrong,
of
though.
what
Don't
you're
get me wrong. It was really close between him and Durant. Durant's been a beast.
saying. I think Durant.
Regardless of the move he made, it doesn't take away from the talent that he is.
He took over that
very
team,
close.
and he'll still tell you, no, this ain't my team. This is Steph and Clay's, whoever, But he's still dominating.
If somebody says Kevin Durant's better than LeBron James, I'm not gonna call him crazy. That's my final decision. I went with LeBron at the top, Durant number 2, and this could change next year because somebody is still gonna stay in that prime. And LeBron, let's face it, he's getting older.
Let me ask something.
There's some separation between him and Durant, whereas Durant's in a beautiful situation, obviously in Golden State or in Oakland, and
If Steph wins,
he's going for LeBron's title. He wants to be the greatest in the NBA right now. And I'm telling you, if he wins another championship, he's in the conversation. If he wins another one this year, it's 2 to 3, and he's still got plenty of room to win another one and tie LeBron James.
if Steph retires with 4 NBA championships out of 8.
So he loses 4 and wins 4, so he's 50-50?
And takes down LeBron James in the process, which I probably think is going to happen this year if I had to go out on a limb.
Okay,
Let's
what's
just
the
say-
end of that question?
Let's even say, I don't know about 4 to 8. That's freaking crazy, right? But 4 out of 6.
I know he's at 2 right now.
4 out of 6, right?
Because the thing with Durant is, he's still signing those 2-year
talking about
with
Steph.
1 year. No, I know, I get you. But what if Durant's like, I'm bored. I want to go do something else.
Steph winning these titles?
No, I think that Steph is already sort of like right next to LeBron and as an all-time NBA player. Like,
well, Steph and Durant, they're 28, 29. So realistically, you did say 8. How many more of these can they make it to? Like,
I don't know if you noticed, but
I think
3-point
Durant-
shooters can. Just
No,
do
I
it for a
get you,
while,
but he's
man.
having a down 3-point year. He's relying more on, like,
His
for lack of a
dribble.
better word, crossing up people and going to the lane. Because there's always a debate: who's a better ball handler, Kyrie Irving or Steph Curry? And Steph's like, you know what? Like you said, Renaissance. I'm gonna take it back to when I can do this anytime I fucking want to, dunking a little bit every now and again. So
I think Kevin Durant is the reason why this team is going to continue to be in the championship conversation for years and years and years, because he has that type of body, I feel like, that can last longer than most. It's going to be neck and neck when we're talking about each person's legacy.
Durant's not staying around too long though.
Staying around where? Golden State or in general?
Golden State.
Why would he not? What?
I don't know. Like,
I know he's out.
he could.
Him and Curry are going to hold that down until the wheels come off.
Until
the wheels come off.
Until they force out
What if-
Thompson and Green.
What if San Antonio
Yes.
makes
Yeah.
a pitch at him? Him and Pop together?
Who? Durant?
Durant,
No.
Kawhi.
Kawhi, and
Durant
Kawhi?
is chilling right now. Durant knows his situation. He knows as long as him and Steph are in the
No,
on that team, they're
DC's
in a
a
good
big
spot.
player. DC's the big player for Durant. I think at the end of the day, Durant signed a short-term deal to go to DC eventually. Once they figure out that John Wall, Bradley Beal situation, which I think Bradley Beal's taking a little bit more of a front seat. I mean, you get Durant on that team instead of John Wall. That team dominates the Eastern Conference, and
I think they got a team called the Celtics going to be in their way. I don't know, man. I just feel like the Western Conference. Listen, Houston's obviously in the mix. I mean, San Antonio looking a little dicey right now. I think that he's in a really good situation in Golden State.
I know
Him and Steph Curry just sticking it out. It's going to be interesting to do with Klay Thompson.
I'm gonna get you guys really excited before we close this out. What if Durant says, Boston, what's good?
Well, it's
he wouldn't
championships for days. I mean,
wouldn't do it.
Kyrie and Durant on the same team.
I mean, if LeBron really wants a shot at another title, that would be his best option.
Like, Durant can opt
don't
out
think it's gonna
this summer. That's why he's going to continue to sign
You
2 year with the
about
one.
LeBron and Durant opting out and coming to the Celtics this year.
No, I didn't say both of them. I said one or the other.
But am I wrong though? If I'm LeBron James, the best option without joining the Golden State Warriors of getting a championship would be Boston, right?
or Miami.
Get out of here.
Oh.
All right, get us up out of here, Joel.
the
With
Wizards.
in case you missed it. And before we get into in case you missed it, this episode of the Causeway Street Podcast is brought to you by our good friends over at MyBookie. If you haven't done it already, get yourself to mybookie.ag. Use the promo code Causeway where you can get signed up. MyBookie will match your first deposit with up to a 50% bonus. That's right. All you got to do is enter the promo code Causeway, and you can get a chance at MyBookie matching your deposit up to a 50% bonus. MyBookie is the best program to use when it comes to sports betting. It is mybookie.ag. Head to it today. It's MyBookie. You play, you win, you get paid.
In case you missed it.
All right. In case you missed it, Dallas Mavericks. They've been the topic of the NBA this week. For one, they've been fined.
For good things.
Yeah, right. For one, they've been fined $600,000 by the league for allegedly talking about tanking on purpose to the media. Like, you really can't make this stuff up. I mean, at least Philly, you know,
You're supposed to fake it, man.
Yeah,
You
seriously.
don't go out and say it.
Philly. Oh, what do they do? Deny. They're like,
right.
no, we're looking towards our future, and that's it.
What did Denier say in those first couple of years after the Big Three was traded? Well, you know, we have a lot of good players, and you know, it's great to see them win. Come on, you think he was buying that? Hell no. He wanted his team as tank, but you don't go out and say it. Come on, man.
He's like, I gotta get rid of Wally Zerbiak, Ricky Davis, all gone.
I wasn't even talking about that, but all right.
I know.
That's about the first year of Brad Stevens.
Cuban's just an idiot. And like that's basically Silver just being like,
Cuban is like so
you're
upset
a
because he's
fucking
like,
moron.
how have I not been able to before even he's like years ago, he's like, how did the Golden State Warriors somehow surpass me in trying to get another championship for Dirk Nowitzki? Dirk's about to turn 40. I have no one to put around him, and the Golden State Warriors show no signs of slowing down. So right now he's so frustrated that he's just like, yeah, we're tanking. Everyone's like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, come on, man. You guys all know what we're doing.
Even Dirk knows what we're doing.
And everyone's just like, you're not supposed to say that. It's like, I don't care. I can pay for it. Don't worry about it.
But if he was really tanking, he would have traded Dirk to the Celtics this year, man.
No, he'll never let go of Dirk. That's his that's his baby. Tell you right now, when that press conference comes out and he's retiring, Mark Cuban's gonna be crying his eyes out. He promised him another chance at a second title, and he hasn't delivered. I think it bothers him. I think he thought that Harrison Barnes was gonna be like the savior, and obviously that wasn't the case. Wesley Matthews, and it's just like, I don't have enough time anymore. Dirk Nowitzki is about to freaking turn 41 or whatever it says on his birth certificate, because I don't know what his birth certificate says. He could be 45 for all I know.
He's a German, man. He'll play forever.
He's like, I got no idea.
How has he just not traded Harrison Barnes and Wesley Matthews for pieces yet?
Because they're the future.
Because the contracts are hideous. That's why.
And you got Dennis Smith Jr.
And then you have nobody
Great
else.
Duncan, by the way. He might have had the best dunk of the night. Just saying.
No, that dunk contest sucked.
I'm so surprised you said that, Sean.
No, Donovan Mitchell. Hey,
I'm just gonna be everybody you like, and I'm gonna try to dunk the same way they did.
That was I'm gonna steal this win real quick. That was his like.
Oh yeah, my dunking
last
time.
option.
Yeah, from Utah. He was playing at Utah at one point. Yeah, it's got he did that too. That was great.
That Dennis Smith dunk was the best dunk of the night.
See what you did? You got her all excited now.
yeah, Dennis Smith. Dennis Smith should have won the dunk contest. And also, I don't want to get started about the Black Panther.
Yeah, that was not a good dunk.
That was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
In case you missed it, speaking of Adam Silver, he's considering a change of the current Eastern-Western Conference playoff seeding.
I don't like it.
Of the top 8 teams in each conference.
I like it.
Battle each other until an East and West champ face each other in the finals. But now a proposal of the NBA's top 16 teams would face each other in the postseason regardless of conference, assuring that the quote-unquote best teams with the quote-unquote best records make it to the postseason. What do you guys think?
Who's the top four right now?
Not feeling
It's stupid. Get rid of the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference then.
Yeah, seriously.
Make it like the MLS when the first 10 years of the MLS.
Well,
And
when
then the bottom 6 teams.
Don't make it like the first year. You don't want to
listen.
shoot off from half court, man.
Listen.
But you know what I mean.
And then the bottom 6 teams can just go to the G League, right?
Yeah,
I mean, we
there
might
you
as
go,
well,
right?
I mean, if we're going to erase,
Let's do the Premier League style.
conferences, exactly. You'll see the Phoenix Suns
Hell yeah.
going up against the Skyforce or whatever the heck those teams are called.
Bring
All
up
I'm
their
saying-
main Red Claws, to the
All I'm
to the
saying-
Yeah, if you
top.
work your butts off,
Wouldn't
you
that reduce
can go against the
tanking?
Warriors.
The best record in the G League gets to go up to
You can face the
Wouldn't that
Warriors and,
reduce tanking?
and lose by 75 points. So.
Huh?
Would that reduce tanking?
No, because they're not going to change the draft.
Really? Yeah.
The draft stays the same.
Doesn't change
Yes,
anything.
it would change the
If
draft.
you change that, then you got to change the draft.
Teams would tank more because of this. Because they would be like, you know what? We had no chance anyways. We can't even make the playoffs.
Not only that, the way the record is right now, the Celtics would play fucking Portland in the first round of the playoffs. Why would you want to travel across the country in the first round to Portland?
I didn't think about
What if you
that.
played at
Yeah,
a
that's
neutral
true.
site like Wembley?
Why would you do that?
Wembley Stadium.
And then in that case, do the one and done thing like in college.
Just joking.
See?
That was a sucker joke you didn't miss.
You really like this?
I like it just because there's been such a discrepancy between the Eastern and Western Conference over the years.
Yeah, but that's what happens, man.
But
it
like I
fluctuates.
get it. No, it
goes
never,
back the
it
other
never
way.
does.
Yeah,
It
it
never
goes back and
does.
forth.
It goes back and forth. What do you mean it
Yeah.
never does?
The Western Conference is always
How many times the
dominated
Eastern
my
Conference
entire
won the NBA Finals? It goes back and forth.
Sure, but like I'm talking about maybe the best teams in the Eastern
The Eastern Conference just won last season.
maybe
or
the
2
be-
seasons ago.
Maybe
excuse me,
the
2 seasons
best team is in the Eastern Conference, but the Eastern Conference is whack. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. It's like if you're gonna give a Golden State, let's even talk about that year, right? The Golden State Warriors went through the Pelicans. Then they went through who was the second round team they went through? Was it the Rockets?
The Rockets.
The Rockets.
Because the Rockets were up 3-1, right?
No.
No. They were up 3-1 against.
Talking about the Clippers like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
3 years
Clippers. Yeah.
So either way,
No, the Clippers were up 3-1 and they blew it. Rockets won.
yes.
But that was 2016.
They,
I was 16.
They played the Rockets.
That's
It
the
was a
closest
hard
Doc
fought
ever came
season.
to going back.
Then they went against the Thunder with Durant and Westbrook, and they
that's
were
when
down,
they were down
3-1.
3-1. Yes.
Right? In the Western Conference Finals, they were down 3-1. You know what?
And then Durant joined
Do you know what the
them.
Cavs were doing in the Eastern Conference Finals at 3-1? They had already won 4-0. They were chilling, bro. Like that's my thing. Is like I think it makes it a lot more fun to be like work your way. Like, I know the time zones don't work out that well.
All right. So what if it was the Celtics going to the finals 4 or 5 straight years? Would it be okay?
Yeah, if the Celtics went to the finals 4 or 5 straight years.
Okay, so it's a LeBron thing.
No,
is that what you're saying?
No, if you're talking about being like number 1 in the NBA, like overall with the rankings the way.
No, forget the rankings. I'm just saying if it was instead of LeBron going to the finals 7 straight seasons, what if it was like the Celtics going to the finals 7 straight seasons at the current format? Would it be okay?
This is not a good question.
I'm just asking.
My thing is not based around LeBron. I just think.
That's what I'm asking.
I'm talking about how it's based around the fact that no, it's not a LeBron thing. How the fuck did you get it was a LeBron thing? I'm saying it's a Western Conference versus Eastern Conference thing.
That's what
I'm saying the Western Conference for the past 15 years has been a more dominant conference. There's been more competition in those conferences.
All right. So then how does that change the fact that the Warriors would still make it to the finals in that format?
If the Warriors had to end up playing the Cavaliers let's just say last year, for instance, right? Who was the number 1 team last year?
The Warriors.
Number 2,
Cleveland.
Number 3,
Houston.
Probably was.
Oh, San Antonio. Sorry, San Antonio, and then the Celtics. Those are the 14 that made it to the seeds.
Wasn't the it was 3-1 though Western Conference though, wasn't it?
Seeds. It was. In the West was the Warriors, the Spurs, and then the Rockets.
Yeah. So I think the Rockets had a better record than the.
No, the Spurs had a better record.
So the Celtics had a better record than the Cavs.
Yes.
So
the Celtics were the number 1 seed last year.
If you're looking at it, you're then having at a conference finals level, even though there's no conferences.
Okay.
You're looking at Golden State, Cleveland versus Boston and whoever else.
Not really, because in the new format, the Celtics would have played
probably Cleveland.
No, in the first round. I'm talking about the first round.
I don't know. I'm saying in conference finals, but I just think it's different.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be.
And I'm down for it. I'm down for it 1,000%.
And the new format, there's no conferences. It's just like 16 teams battle it out,
which I like. It makes the regular season more impactful.
It would have been probably the Celtics against
but it makes the regular season more impactful. It does. It means every game matters. It means that not only am I competing against the people in my division, I'm also competing with people in my conference. I'm also competing with every team in the NBA. The only thing that sucks is what you said earlier is the fact that in the first round of the goddamn playoffs, we got to wait till 10 o'clock at night to see a fucking Blazers-Celtics game on the West Coast, right?
Yeah. And the travel schedule will be brutal in that.
Maybe the Blazers just will never make the playoffs. You never know.
You hope.
Yeah, you just hope.
You just hope. All right. In case you missed it, Marcus Smart,
woo!
After 11 games, after cutting his right shooting hand, hitting a picture frame. I mean, we knew that already, but we didn't know that a shard of glass was sitting in between 2 tendons in his hand that made the difference of him having season-ending surgery and not having season-ending surgery. So,
thank God he didn't have season-ending surgery.
There you go.
That's one way to look at it.
Yeah. Sean was so excited, he actually wrote an article for the first time in like 3 years.
I wrote an article, motherfucker. It's about Marcus Smart.
In case you missed it, go to CausewayStreetBlog.com to peep why Marcus Smart is a key to the Celtics making the NBA Finals, according to Sean Dutra.
Damn right he is.
All right. And you can also go there
Took Sean out of retirement. I almost didn't know who wrote this. I was like, wait, who's Sean? Wait, Sean wrote this? Wait, what? Sean still writes?
You can also head to the website too for All-Star weekend coverage.
Yo, when are we gonna get like some intern to just write the shit for us?
I actually have a guy. He wrote one. You know what? I'm gonna put. We should put Sean on assignment. We're gonna put Sean on the. You should go to one of those like college fairs.
Done.
Just don't
go recruit people.
Don't touch anyone. Right?
Just don't.
Male or female.
Just don't get all creepy. All right, Sean, because I know some people could mistaken you for a college kid. So don't buy into it.
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm all over the place.
And that is it for.
In case you missed it.
All right, we're up out of here. Causeway Street Podcast. Until next week, we'll get right back into Celtics talk. More Celtics talk for you because the Celtics are back in action. We got plenty to talk about, I'm sure, within the next week.
And people
see what happens.
People are first half of the top 25 when you subscribe to the CLNS YouTube channel. We've had content up there all week. If you haven't peeped it yet,
later, guys.
Hey, LeBron James not a top 4 player in the NBA. Bye.
You can tweet at him. Tweet at us at Causeway Street. Peace.